Back on the show, you know who he is. It's the big cat himself, Jesse Arnett, who's going to be making his debut for TKO coming up here on December 8th. He's going to be taking on Dimitri Waardenburg in a rematch. Jesse, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, James, how are you, man? I'm fantastic, and I'm living the dream. What can I say?
Yeah, and this is a huge opportunity for you, being able to fight for TKO. How did this all come together with you fighting for them and making your debut in Montreal?
It's funny because way back a year ago, I'm like, Pache, I want that belt. And he's like, no, you have to do points and this and that. And I was fighting where I was fighting at the time. Long story short, I guess the other guy couldn't fill in to fight Dimitri. He was under contract. Opportunity knocked, and something like this, I wasn't going to pass it by. And funny enough, I believe out of all the fights I had in this run, I was a little bit hard on myself with the Dimitri fight. Even though I finished him in a minute, I rushed things and it was a little sloppy. I'm so happy that I get to do this one over again, and I'm thankful for the opponent. He's a tough guy, and I'm ready to put on for Montreal.
Yeah, and it's going to be at the Bell Center too, which is where they have all the UFCs. So I mean, it's a pretty big deal getting this fight, and the card itself is pretty stacked. When was the last time you competed outside of Alberta? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, hasn't it?
This is the first time I will be competing in MMA outside of Alberta. I'm excited to give the Bell Center, Montreal, and everybody the Big Cat experience. It's going to be a good night. I'm excited. My brother's coming out. It's going to be good for sure.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people felt like you were going to get signed to the UFC after your last fight because you beat Johnny Bedford, a UFC veteran. You got the majority decision in that one. How happy were you with your performance, especially just getting the win in that one?
Looking back, I did good. It is what it is. I hit him in the liver a few times. Those weren't low shots. I'd like to have a chance to try and finish him when he was hurt there, but I got a lot of experience from that, and going back in the gym, wow, did that help me a lot. We tightened things up. I'm night and day now. I'm dangerous on the feet. I'm dangerous on the ground, and I'm a pretty good wrestler, so I'm happy everywhere.
And you got this fight with Waardenburg, like I mentioned at the top. You submitted him in 2015. Where do you feel like you've sort of improved on the most since you guys first fought?
Wow, I'm a completely different fighter, like every time. It's funny enough, I made a bet with somebody that I could take him down and tap him in a minute, because my last fight was with Roland Delorme and it was all on the feet, and I hadn't wrestled in a couple years. So I ran out against Dimitri a little bit sloppy. I got it to the ground and I ended up tapping him in a minute and a half. But looking back, it's nice I get to redo it this one. I'm looking for a flawless finish this time, and looking to be patient. I'll put him away. I know this.
Have you watched any of his tape to see kind of where he's improved since the first fight, or are you just worried about yourself?
He's a gamer. I saw him knock out, what's his name there? I'm trying
to remember. I know who you're talking about, though. The name escapes me right now.
Yeah, he just had a knockout win and a decision win, I believe. He's had 2 fights since. Look, with Dimitri, he's game. He's fought all the top guys in the country. He's brave. He's not afraid. He's training at TriStar. I'm sure his ground's going to be better.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to get a better fighter. You know what? I'm probably not going to beat him in 1 minute, but if I did, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But I could see this one going a little bit longer for sure.
How's your training camp going, and who are some of the people you've been working with helping you get ready for this fight?
Training camp's been phenomenal, like always. It just seems like I've been in training camp all year now. This is my 5th competition, 3rd MMA bout. Everybody at Tilt MMA, all my family there. Everybody at Beaumont Boxing and Dunamis.
Nice. And you've been getting any time in with KingDuardo, the newest member of the UFC roster?
That's awesome for Akeem. You know what? I just talked to him last night, and a group of us are supposed to meet up Thursday, but I have not worked with him in a while. Congratulations to him, though. He's a beast, and he's going to do big things in the UFC.
Weight cut's always easy for you. Or, I mean, it seems like it is because you always make weight. How have things gone, and how are things going leading up to this one?
Great. With my age and experience, the weight cut's easy. Like I could make weight tomorrow. I eat very clean. This is the cleanest I've been in my whole life. I'm very thankful for that. Staying on diet is most important for me.
Awesome. How do you see this fight ending on December 8th? You talked about a finish. When are we going to see that happen?
You know what? I'm gonna put him away. It's gonna be flawless. I'm gonna crack him to the body. I'm gonna crack him to the chin, and either I'm gonna knock him out or I'm gonna strangle him. You can bet on that. One of the two. It's going to be a submission or it's going to be a knockout, and it's going to be inside 2 rounds.
Awesome.
And it's going to be nice.
Now, you never look past your opponents, but is the plan after this to stay with TKO? What's sort of the blueprint after this as far as what's happening for you? Otherwise, I'm sure the UFC would be obviously top of the list, assuming you get that call.
Well, I'm going to play it one fight at a time right now. Like I said, I cannot take Dimitri Waardenburg easy. Mm-hmm. I need that belt. I want that belt. All the gold, Big Cat, everything. These are the goals.
How cool is it also to have some of your good friends on this card? You know, the Laramine brothers are on this card. I mean, it's going to be a really cool affair as far as the fighters that are competing on this card.
100%. I've watched Jesse Ronson. I've never met him in person. I'm excited to meet him and see him fight Tony Lamari. That little stud's on the card against that tall redhead. That's going to be a good fight. And then who doesn't love TJ? Man, the kid's matured so much. He's a great fighter, and I'm excited for that main event, and I'm excited to be on the same card as all these guys.
What is the Big Cat like doing on the plane? I know it's a bit of a plane ride to go from Calgary to Montreal. What would I find you doing on there? Are you reading books? You listening to podcasts? What am I finding you doing?
I'll be reading books. That's okay. What I like to do. You know.
Anything good you're reading right now?
The Obstacle is the Way. Check it out.
Okay.
It's a good book. The Obstacle is the Way.
I will definitely check that out, and I can't wait for this fight, man. I'm going to be there live covering it. I'm stoked about this one. It's TKO 41. It's coming up here December 8th, live on UFC Fight Pass. Jesse, it's always a pleasure getting a chance to talk with you, man. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs. The floor is yours, sir.
Big Cat's Real on Twitter, Jesse Arnett on Facebook. I just want to thank all my sponsors. You know, Terp Juice, Herbivores, Edibles, they've been with me all year. Robin Hahn from Built 360, this guy's helped me for years and years and years, and he is a pillar in the community for mixed martial arts and a great man. Chris Souster on my boxing team from Riverside Law, he's been on board all year. He's a great dude too. I've known him for years and years. He's coming out with me to Montreal, help corner, help tape the hands, help get the belt. I just want to thank everyone at Tilt MMA, everyone at Beaumont Boxing Club, and everyone at Dunamis, and everyone for always putting the time in, all the coaches with me over the years. You know, it's been 3 years. 3 years ago, I was 3-4, and me and my brother Cody, we said, you know what? It's not going to be good until I'm 14-4. We said it realistically. We knew what was up, and here we are 3 years later. There's no Dimitri. There's no Johnny Bedford. It is what it is. It's a fight for me. And mark my words, I will go 14-4 December 8th, and I will turn my whole career around. Pretty impressive, 3-4, you know. 3 years, and we did it.